This is the thing. Who you choose to hang around with, who you choose to have in your posse is exactly who you become. Choose your posse wisely. I'm here to tell you that putting yourself first is not selfish, it's revolutionary. Welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast, empowering women to light their lives on fire through Ayurveda, yoga, spirituality, and fitness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Satyavani, and I'm here along with my partner, Prajna Madhavi. And we want to welcome you to the Trainerize app, our branded app. This app has two beautiful functions that we want to share with you to get your health moving in a woman warrior direction.
So the first component is the fitness workout side, which is fabulous. With this app, trainers can give you a personalized experience based on your fitness goals, our dosha assessment, and fitness level. The app has phenomenal access to videos for each exercise so that there is very little confusion. There's also messaging capabilities so that trainers can continually keep in contact with you as you move further into your fitness journey.
The second component is the nutrition piece, because you cannot out-train a bad diet. After the initial assessment is taken, trainers can align your doshic diet to your specific exercise regimen, which means that eating more of what you need and less of what you don't. The recipes are then posted in the app where you can choose meals based on time, ingredients, and taste. And you can always refresh the menu if needed because you prefer something different.
So with these two components, along with our Ayurvedic assessment, we'll give you a unique and individualized experience that you most likely cannot find anywhere else.
I would agree with that. Mm-hmm. By using our personalized app, you'll gain knowledge of what your body needs and be on the road to becoming your best and brightest self. Welcome to our app. Jai Bhagwan, Women Warriors, and welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Satyavani, and
I'm your co-host, Prajna Madhavi.
Look at that. So smooth. So smooth. Thank you so much for coming back and joining us. I would like to thank our audience right out of the gate. We're up to 322
nice
subscribers on YouTube.
Awesome.
So thank you, everybody. We are super happy about that. And please continue to share. We're going for the big 500. It's kind of a big deal in our world, so we appreciate you. We are back talking about the Yoga Sutras. That is the theme for this year. And specifically, we are on Aparigraha, or this idea of non-attachment. Last time, we chatted a little bit about what the content of Aparigraha covers, what it actually means. And so today, just like we do with most of our follow-up podcasts to a particular topic, we're going to give you some remedies or some things that we can practice on all 5 levels of the self that will move you towards this idea of non-attachment, non-hoarding, etc. So, but as always, before we get started, we've got some cool announcements. So, Praj, take it away.
Okay. First announcement is we finished our Deca Strong. That was last Sunday?
I feel like it's like a million years ago.
That's so long ago.
It was a week from this past Sunday.
Yeah. And very happy with our results. This first race of the season, the strategy that we used, we still need to work on, and I don't know if you ever perfect it, but refine it. And so we are working towards that, but very happy with our first time for the season. And our coach, thank you, Grayson, was very, he thought it was very promising as well. So that was good. Mm-hmm. And we just did what he loved about what we did is now he can refine our workouts to what he feels like we need.
Yep.
And so, Grayson, we did our workout this morning.
And it was terrible.
Thank you. That was so wonderful. All right. So
if I don't ever have to get on a rowing machine again for the next 2 weeks, I'll be happy.
I bet we do.
I bet we do too. And I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the first one. Second one is our GLP-1 program. We are getting ready to pretty much have that thing all rolled out. We got the ads going out. It's ready to go.
Yep.
So if you are someone who is currently on a GLP-1, thinking about being on a GLP-1, trying to get off a GLP-1, this is the program for you. This is an alternative. It's going to take longer than taking a GLP-1, and you are going to learn more about the behaviors that you will need to basically progress after you take the GLP-1, during, if you don't want to use one.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it really is. We've got the 3 levels with people who feel like they need to lose over 100 pounds, 50 to 100, and then anywhere between hopefully 10 and 50.
Yeah, we say less than 50 pounds, but girl, if you think that you need to be on a GLP-1 to lose 10 to 15 pounds, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Contact us in a different way, and we can help in a different fashion. What I'm really excited about this program is, and I want to say this to all the people out there who are thinking about this, we're ahead of the curve on this one. Right now, the GLP-1 thing is this huge craze. Like, oh my God, I can go to the wedding in the summer, and all I have to do is 2 months ahead of time just start injecting. We know what the ramifications are, and a lot of the research is coming out now about it, and more so than what people had anticipated. And there is also this huge movement, specifically amongst women, that are, no, we're rejecting this. We're rejecting this idea of, quote, skinny talk or being in skinny culture, and we are moving towards strong. And I see it all over the place, all over the socials. A lot of conversation, a lot of articles about it right now. And so if you want to get ahead of the curve and you want to look at something long-term and sustainable, this is the program for you, because the marketing and media companies are taking advantage of women. This is the new, whatever the next, Hollywood scheme is, to make women feel bad about themselves, to have them held up to some ridiculous standard that doesn't even exist, that shouldn't exist, that's actually dangerous. So I'm excited from that perspective that we get to be the counter to that. And that will come sooner than later. Mm-hmm. So here we are.
Yeah. Okay. And the GLP-1 program and just our overall general programs can be found on our Trainerize app. So if you cannot meet us in person, or you want something that's a little bit different than in-person training, our Trainerize app is there for you. We have the nutrition piece, and then just the regular either 1, 2, or 3 days a week workouts. So we have that accessible on our website as well. Mm-hmm. And then finally, we have the Woman Warrior Cleanse. So we are doing that at the Y6 here in Boise. Yep. And that is going to be 4 Sundays for about 2 hours. We are going to talk about just basically if you feel stuck in a body that you don't feel like it's your body anymore and you can't really figure out why. And you've got some excess weight, some fatigue, brain fog, headaches, just some symptoms that you're just not happy with.
Inflammation.
Yeah, we want to talk about how a lot of that comes from inflammation, toxic overload, and for Ayurvedic purposes, a lot of those things start with your digestion. So just talking about all the things that we can do. So it's called the Warrior Cleanse. It's going to be June 14th, June 28th, July 19th, and July 26th. And it's from 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And the program cost would be
$250.
Yeah, $250 per person. So deadline is Friday, June 5th for entries. So go to our website.
For entries, if you want to be in the contest.
If you want to enter in. You can just register basically on our website.
Yep. Yeah. There's a registration link on our website and also links in all of our social media as well. And I also know that Yoga 6 is also promoting it. And so you can, if you are a member of Yoga 6, you can check it out there as well. So, yeah. Yep. It's going to be great. And the 4 in-person sessions, it's not you choose a date. You come to all of the 4 sessions. And the added bonus is that during the time of the cleanse, you will get access to our app with support and protocols, et cetera. So, it's kind of a twofer.
Yep. All right, that's all I have.
That's it.
That's all I got.
That's all we have for today. So, wellness check-in. Let's start with you.
Okay.
Okay, because someone's got a glow.
Oh, do I?
You too. You got a little bit of a glow.
Okay. All right. So physically, I've got some lower back is actually finally a little bit better. Got a little hamstring. It was a deload week, so I didn't do as much this week, just because of those various things, and it's starting to taper off a little bit. With my shoulder, it just feels better if I move it more often than just sit with it in a certain position. So there's definitely some trap. That spot, infra spinatus.
I actually know that spot well.
Yeah, I know you
Jesse just worked on it an hour ago, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I fear that. So
I fear the hands of the Jesse.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm trying to find a good training regimen, because I do want to still do, Grayson's workouts, because I know that's going to be good for my aerobic capacity. I just think I'm chopping things up into just doing short bursts of lifting, probably more often during the week, but just really limiting it to 2 lifts a day, and just seeing. I've heard a lot of evidence that there's a lot of good strength gains with that.
When you say 2 lifts a day, like you're going to lift twice a day?
No.
Okay.
2 exercises a day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted clarification on that. I was like, that does not sound like
No.
deload at all.
It's terrible. Yeah. 2 body parts or 2 exercises a day. So if I do a shoulder press, today I did a shoulder press and a bench press, and that was it. I just did 3 or 4 sets. And
great.
Those 2 body parts are done. I do something different tomorrow. Just have been hearing some good evidence that you can get some good strength gains with that. And just kind of stuck on where I want to be right now. And I want to be specific with our DECA training, but I also want to keep gaining strength as well.
Where do you want to be? What's the goal?
Such a good question.
We kind of brushed upon this over kombucha the other day.
Yeah.
What is the goal?
I feel like I've always, okay, not always, but for a while now, I want to be able to do whatever it is that I want to do without having to do a ton of prep for it. Like, I'm always kind of prepped for it. Now with DECA, it seems to be a little more specific than I want it to be. So I'm finding that, like, I'm going to have to train a little bit more specific for that. But otherwise, I just want to feel good. I want to feel good in my body. I don't want to be sore all the time. Mm-hmm. But I want to be mobile, and I want to be strong. I want it all. I want it all.
I love that.
Be able to do athletic things, and it's just kind of hard.
Like frisbee golf. I mean, not like ultimate frisbee.
No, we're not in that realm anymore.
Yeah. I just want to clarify. You don't want to be like, so somebody calls you, be like, hey, you want to jump in this game? And like,
I've done that, and
yes.
my hamstrings were gonna pop off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? No, I'm not ready for this at all. Yeah, no, within reason. It's running is probably out for me now. Definitely sprinting is out for me. Yeah. Although there's evidence you should do those things too.
I don't care about that
for the zombie apocalypse. You got to be able to outrun people. Yeah.
The fastest zombie or the slowest human.
Yes. One of those two. My energy, sleep is a little inconsistent. So I need to get back on that and be consistent with that. But I've been really careful. So coming back onto the dating scene.
Do tell the audience what it is that they really want to hear about.
Yeah, I'm such an idiot.
Stop that.
Yeah. Well,
stop.
In the sense that I was telling everybody how I'm not going to go back to the dating apps because they're so silly. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it.
Well, the best part.
It's very Vata. Not an idiot, just very Vata.
The best part, though, of all of it was like, I can't stop. Like you're just, when you get on, you're just like, I just keep scrolling and, the whole thing.
I just keep looking.
I just keep
nope.
It's so
Maybe
bad.
there's one. But I had a different mindset this time. I was just
You
like,
did.
I'm,
And I think it's important that you share that.
yeah. So my plan was I'm not going to take myself too seriously. I'm not going to think that this guy is the end all be all and, get in my head about I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person and this is it. It was more like, I just want to gather information. I want to maybe gain a friend. Like, I want to not take this quite so hell or high water. I'm going to find somebody on this thing. Like, just take it easy and not flip out. And it's been good. I did meet one person that I've been talking to. And so at least, so yeah, it's worked out in my favor for right now. So it's been nice.
And why do you think you decided for the mind shift?
Because it was way too stressful
Yeah.
the other way.
Mhm.
I was taking it way too seriously. This person has to be it, and this has to work out. And oh my gosh, it's not who I thought he was. And then it's like, okay, who's the next one? Like, is this one going to be it?
Right.
And it's just that cycle of getting my hopes up and then having them shut down, and getting my hopes up. And I'm like, just keep your, not to say, keep your expectations low, but kind of like, just don't expect them to be Prince Charming, or don't expect them to
Right.
be that lightning bolt. Cause I mean, for me, that's not really how it happens anyway. I like a person over time. It's,
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even my husband, like, he knew the first time he met me. I had no idea. I was like, okay,
Sure, I'll give you a whirl.
cool. And then over time, yeah. So I don't know if I have that in my DNA, but anyway.
I think the important part is, in this, like when we look at relationships and dating from a Vedic standpoint, understanding what our constitution tendencies are. And yes, I'm going to do a shameless plug for taking our constitution quiz off of our website, because you learn so much. You learn what you are like in a balanced state and what you are in an imbalanced state. And if you are in an imbalanced state while being in relationship, that's just going to aggravate certain things.
Yeah.
And understanding, like, okay, I know that this could be my tendency and this can go sideways very quickly. So I'm going to be very deliberate in not doing that. Not to the point where you feel like you're not being yourself,
Yeah.
but to the point where you're like, I want this to start out on a healthy, good foot. And like, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, because like, you've really put in the work on this, and that's, that those are important stories to share, because we're not just talking about, like, on this podcast, just about like physical wellness and mental, emotional, like we hit all of the layers, but relationships kind of span the spectrum.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that, as part of our wellness check-ins, part of the reason why we do this is so that people understand, like, we're dealing with the same shit that everybody else is dealing with.
Yeah.
But we have a framework and a code by which to bump it up against, where we're not just kind of like floating out in the ether, like, what the fuck, but rather like, okay, what do the Vedas say? What does Ayurveda say specifically? Because it is a beautiful, exacting science. So, yeah. So I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mental, emotional state has been really pretty good. Like usual, I'm not walking around my house thinking I'm going to lose all my clients. Just keeping the head down and just doing the work, getting myself out there, talking to people, and intuition has been, I think, pretty darn good. Again, intuitively with the dating scene, it's like, yeah, that doesn't feel right to me right off the bat, so we're just not going to even entertain that thought. You can put on, all the good or bad pictures that you want onto your profile.
Some of them. Ooh.
Yeah, you've now witnessed the gamut of just how low or just how little someone takes pictures of themselves. to where that's the best you could come up with.
Yeah, some of those were rough.
Yeah.
Some of those were rough.
Yeah.
So to all my ladies and gents out there who are dating and using the app, ooh,
That's rough.
I salute you.
Salute you.
I salute you.
And spiritual, again, just the weather, being able to be outside, and that's always my more spiritual tap in. So, yeah.
Love it.
How about you?
You know, good and bad. You know, it's the yin and yang of life. I was super excited, on the physical sense of how we did in DECA. I wasn't surprised, but the best part of it was going in having been rested and the injury for the most part healed and coming out of it not re-injured.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. Physically, I have decided that my goal, in order to support our DECA performance this year, is strong back and strong legs, but mostly glutes, as part of the whole lower body situation. I'm pretty good with shoulders and arms kind of thing. But those are the two next areas that I really want to focus on. But I would say I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired right now. There's just a lot going on. So energetically, I feel a little bit more fatigued than normal, whatever normal is.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I don't know if you feel this way or maybe anybody out there feels this way, but there's just a lot of energies that I'm navigating right now, and I think it's this time of year where graduations are happening and people are going on vacation. We just came out of Memorial Day and it was like everybody just disappeared. And now today I'm like, why are there so many people on the road? Go away.
Yeah.
Although, what was it? Memorial Day, we were in the gym and it was like, why is everybody here?
Saturday.
Was it Saturday before?
Yeah.
I was
it's crazy in there.
Why is everybody here?
Yeah.
Which, it probably sounds pretty arrogant, but it's like, when you go every day, or not every day, but most days, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God. And I'm thinking maybe it was the time of day.
I think it might have been.
Because usually our between.
We're usually there at 6 or 7.
Right, exactly. That 5 to 7 a.m. block, not a whole lot of people there, but then 9:30, I was like, what the fuck?
On a weekend, evidently is the popular time.
Oh my God. I was like, no, I don't want to do this.
I think it's the sleep in during the weekend, then we go work out. So that's about 9 o'clock.
Yeah. The routine.
9 or 10. Mm-hmm. So,
but I think with all of that, just navigating a lot of energies, I've got clients that are in, then they're out, then they're in, then they're out, which is fine. Or I'm going on this vacation, or oops, by the way, I forgot to tell you, that I'm going to be gone for, 4 months, or it's like, okay, all of it is fine. It's just getting pinged with a lot, and trying to keep up on that, on that level. Mentally, emotionally, okay. I think even had a couple of sad days this past week. Just, sad. And that's okay. We just had the 2-year anniversary of my father's death. So that was a little bit challenging. And grief doesn't really go away. It's just time. I mean, you would know better than I, obviously. And then it was Joe's birthday.
Yep.
And, just a lot of that. And yeah. And I was reading this thing the other day, which I should not be doing this. But when you get to 50, when you get in your 50s, you really start to analyze the amount of time you have left, in life. And what is it that I want to do and focus on? And I couldn't be happier with the work it is that we're doing, in the world. And this is also the time where actually most things really start to gain momentum.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But just a lot of different thoughts, but also trying to take time and recovery time for a lot of that. That's what my intuition is telling me. Like, you need some space. I've gotten back on the meditation train,
Nice.
which has been very, very helpful. And I actually had going in my house this morning this music that was on YouTube that is like high vibrational, that is just very even high vibrational. And like, Michael was already gone for work, but it was, me and the kiddies, and everybody was just kind of mellow.
Chill, man.
And we were just chilling, so it was kind of nice. So I was like, I need more of that.
Yeah.
And then spiritually, right now we found in the garage, we had all this art in our previous office before, we closed that down. And I found an older piece of art that Michael had put together for me of Babaji, our spiritual lineage leader. And it was an art piece that was created. It's not like a photo of him. It's more of an art of him kind of situation, of him swimming in the Narmada River. And there's a whole story around it, et cetera. And I got that at Amrit's ashram, the guru. And I found it, and I was like, I want to put this up in my office. And Michael did it for me because he's really good at that. And just like, it just looks beautiful. So I feel good with that coming back into the fore.
Nice.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Even.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing the things, one foot in front of the other. And I do love the fact that this weather is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very helpful.
Yeah.
Very helpful. It was good to work out in the garage this morning.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It's like, go back, OG.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Which is the rowing.
Yeah, the rowing
It's
sucked,
awful.
but we did it.
We did it.
We made it happen. So
We did it, Grayson.
Kilgore Coaching.
Yep. Damn.
We love you.
Mm-hmm.
Aparigraha.
Aparigraha.
We're getting back into it. We've got some remedies or some things that can be considered as part of wanting to incorporate sustainability, non-greed, non-attachment in your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And so, how do we practice this on the 5 koshic levels? And we just keep reinforcing that to you because you are a multidimensional human being that has all of these parts, and it's important that all of them get supported. And that's part of the reason why we also do the check-ins, because it's very easy to get really wrapped up into one layer or 2 layers of ourselves.
Yeah.
And then that starts to become your identity versus like, okay, what are all the things that I'm practicing? And how does that play out in our lives? So you want to start with some remedies?
Sure.
You want to go every other?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was curated by the great Prajna Madhavi. So.
Yeah. All right. Number 1, be clear on your wants and how they differ from your needs.
Yeah, I'm not doing well with this
Be
one.
watchful of accumulating just for the sake of having. Miss Shoe Habit.
They call me. They send me messages.
Give me. Just buy me. Just buy me.
I have a no bull shoe problem. I am outing myself, and this is part of the reason. But they do. I called up Praj the other day, and I was whispering. I'm like, they send me emails, and they keep saying, come by. We have another sale.
Do it for you.
Exactly. They're like, do it for you. I'm just like, fuck you. I know. I want to. It's terrible.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
Yeah, this is a big one that I come back to a lot. And again, looking in your closet is a good practice for this.
It is.
Like I always try to go back and say, have I worn this in the last year? If not, I don't really need it. So let's just get rid of it, and just getting away, getting the clutter out of the way. But it's on all different layers, but the material layer is a good way to start with
really
just
is.
your material stuff. We talked about last time that a lot of the times what you think is a need is really a want. And so it's just taking a deep look at that. Yeah.
I agree. We're actually in the process of a very a slower decluttering, but we're being very mindful of going through some things that are in our garage and really paring down. And I'm actually really excited about it because I love my husband, but he does tend to hold on to a lot of things for a long period of time. And I'm like, dog, you got to get rid of that. Yeah. So that's been good.
Yeah, I could go through my storage spot too and get rid of some stuff that I just don't have any intention in using. It's not taking up a ton of space, but
right.
I mean, moving is a really good way to get rid of a bunch of shit.
So go ahead and move.
Yeah, just move.
Absolutely.
Moving into a much smaller house is definitely a way to do it.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Did you get rid of a lot of stuff when you moved to your new crib?
Yeah.
Okay.
I left my whole king size bed and I left a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Just have it. And then I didn't have a ton of stuff because my house before that wasn't huge, but yeah.
Awesome. Notice desires as they can lead you into a vicious cycle of wanting more and more. Instead, try to remain in the here and now. And I love that. I love the idea of how the present moment can really impact vicious cycles of getting into hoarding or accumulating, etc. Because we often we'll just use the material as an example. We often buy things for the future. Well, this I might need in the future or I'm buying this in advance for Christmas, or, where by time that comes around, it might not really, be necessary kind of thing. So I love the idea of like, okay, I do have a desire. Why do I have that desire right now? So, and that's why there's still 2 pairs of shoes in my shopping cart.
Birthday's coming up.
I know.
Birthday's coming up.
I know. It's terrible. I have some enablers around me too.
Yeah.
They're just like, just do it. I'm like, oh God. So, all right.
And isn't that interesting?
Yes.
It's like, why do people do that?
Yes.
Because then it makes them feel okay to do it for themselves.
You know what? I think you're absolutely right. So I will share a story. I have the best hairstylist in the world. Okay.
Yeah.
Her name is Carissa. Carissa, I love you. And she's been doing my hair and Michael's hair for 10 years, ever since we've moved to Boise. And I was telling her about this whole thing. I was like, I got the shoe problem, and she was just like helping me justify. She's like, but you train so much and you go through shoes, very quickly, which is not untrue.
It's not untrue.
It's not untrue. But I also don't need the number. I'm in the double digits, people, in my closet. And so I laughed. I was like, you're an enabler. She was like, you know what? Anytime you feel like you need justification, you give me a call. And it was just so funny. I mean, she was saying it in a totally humorous
but
fashion.
it's a societal thing.
100%.
Like, we support each other. Like, go ahead and do that line of Coke. It's good. You got to stay awake somehow. Like, if you're a really good friend, you probably wouldn't say yes to that unless you want to do it too. So,
it's true. It is very interesting.
And it starts with those kinds of things, the material stuff. Just get the shoes.
It's fine.
Just get the shoes.
I know.
Yeah. What was it? You mentioned your shoe problem, and then I was watching on Instagram. It's just an old clip of Sex and the City, and
I never watched that show.
Yeah, I know you didn't, but boy, did I.
Did you? You were into it. It was a thing.
Yeah. So Sarah Jessica Parker had a shoe thing.
Okay.
Like, she didn't use her oven. She stored shoes in her oven space.
Oh my God.
She had a problem.
Because she lived in a New York City apartment.
Yeah. So then she's got this apartment, and I forget what happens, but she's basically getting kicked out of her apartment unless she can afford
the rent hike.
Yeah, either a rent hike or something to co-opt it. And she's like, I know I made money somewhere. Where did it all go? And she's like holding her shoes. And her friend Miranda, who's like a lawyer and very responsible with money, she's like, how much for those? She's like $1,000. And she's
what?
I don't, like $400. Some.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It comes out to like, she'd spent like $40,000 on shoes over a period of time. And she's like, I will literally be the old woman who lives in a shoe.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
I don't have that level of problem.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even close to that level of problem, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate and cherish what you have, but let go of the fear of losing it. Detachment or unattachment. It doesn't mean you don't appreciate it, cherish it, but don't attach to it this, then it leads to that desire of trying to, hold on to it and have it. If you lose it, you lose it. Let it go. But cherish it while it's there. If it decides not to stay, no fear of letting it go.
And this also applies to people.
I was just thinking of relationships in that sense.
Yep.
Like,
relationships.
If somebody's wanting to go, let them go.
Let them go.
You can't have the fear of losing it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the idea of trying to hold someone hostage, that's not a kind of relationship you want anyway. It'll never be an equal, balanced, loving relationship if one person feels like they're being held hostage. So, yeah. Do not cling to things too tightly. Give away or toss out all things you do not use or need anymore. This is very, very feng shui. I'm all about this. If I haven't used something in 6 months, it goes. I actually have a bag that I'm in the back of my car right now which isn't a lot of stuff, but like it's just stuff. Like part of this weekend with the declutter was like, I'm going to rearrange my closet. Just so that I can create more space, not for the shoes, but create more space because I was stacking. I also have a hoodie problem now. Okay. I have a hoodie problem. But I was like, I'm going to put the hoodies on hangers and take them off the shelf because like you pull one out and then they all fall out and it just becomes this annoying thing. So first world problems, I realize this right now.
Ugh, messy.
Yeah, it's just mess, So I did that this weekend, but there was a couple of hoodies in there. I was like, I'm not wearing these anymore, or they shrunk or whatever. So got them in the bag and get rid of them. But that I will say that is something I do on a regular basis. So get rid of stuff, especially if it's broken. A lot of times people are like, oh, this is broken. I'm going to hold on to it because I'm going to get it fixed eventually, and then it never gets fixed. So.
Let go of any ideas, concepts, patterns, habits, etc. that are no longer serving you. So I threw away my chocolate chips. Yeah. Well, there weren't very many left by the time I threw them away.
I finished
I threw away like the 2 that were left, maybe.
2 chips.
But I mean, that was something I was like, this habit is not really serving me right now. Maybe someday in the future when I can get control and not have to eat this every single day. Now I have just replaced it with something a little healthier.
What else?
Well, so now I do the yogurt with some protein power blueberries.
I do the same thing.
And then a little like chocolate granola kind of stuff, just for a little bit of carbs, a little more protein. A little chocolatey.
Hemp seeds.
Okay, that's good too.
Yeah.
Oh, I put chia seeds in it too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is a little healthier than just chocolate chips and sunflower butter.
It's actually way better.
Yeah.
I'm using hemp seeds. They are surprisingly high in protein.
Yeah, they're high in protein. And chia seeds are high in fiber.
Yes.
So
they're high in
mix.
protein, but they're also calorically high.
Oh, okay.
So you have to. So I do way less than the serving size. Like the serving size is 3 tablespoons. I just do 1.
Yeah.
So it cuts it down significantly in calories. But I was shocked at how calorically high that was.
I was shocked at how much sugar was in the granola that I chose. I'm like, God, 15 added grams.
That's a
of
lot.
Sugar. I mean, I'm only putting a little bit in there, but still, I'm like, I'm only doing this once.
Michael can't stand sugar in granola, so he gets Bob's Red Mill granola.
Maybe I need to check that out.
Yeah.
Because, I just bought this bag, and I'm like, God, that's going to be a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
So
sidebar.
Yeah, paying attention to that. Ideas, concepts, patterns, no longer serving you. Ooh, do you have any ideas, concepts, patterns, habits? I mean, the chocolate chips, I'm trying to think of any. I think even in my dating life that I just mentioned, that my pattern was, one, dating people like my dad. And
I'm dating my father. Aren't we all?
Nothing against you, Dad.
Yeah.
You can be you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But also the pattern of just getting too wrapped up in it, having that anxious attachment. Like I get anxious, like what's happening? Like, yeah.
What I like about this is letting go of certain ideas, concepts, and patterns. But specifically ideas, I think I have been attached to certain ideas about how things should be in life. And I think all of us do that to a certain degree. It's, it's based on our raising and, all of that. So I'm becoming more aware of, why do I think that?
Yeah.
Why do I really think that? And also, there are certain things that, I hate using this term, but it's the best one I can use right now, that I will say, quote, trigger me. Okay. And so one of them, well, there's two. One, actually, you know both of them, but one of them is like, I have ideas and concepts about country music. Okay. I do not like country music. And I'm not saying that I'm going to like it, after this, but I watched this documentary on country music, and I have an appreciation. It doesn't mean that I'm going to start listening to it.
Going to the rodeo next week.
No. This gal went boot scooting the other day. There was no way I was going to that. But I had an appreciation. I was like, you know what? You got to open your mind. Like, again, not going to listen to it, but, understand why people like it and all of that. And actually, there's a lot of great artists that I really appreciated as a result of watching this documentary. Yeah. And then the other kind of quote trigger that I'm trying to let go of my preconceived notions based on my own experience is the whole idea of Christianity and Jesus and God. So that's something that I'm working with. And actually, we have somebody in our BNI group who, has been really thoughtful and helpful with that. So
It's been a really good example.
100%. So I'm looking forward to future dialogue about that. So just opening my mind.
Yeah.
So
don't allow praise and compliments to hold space in your mind, and don't allow hurts and insults to hold any space in your heart. Neither holds on to successes or failures. That's a pretty good one, because we tend to hold on to the bad stuff and we negate the good stuff.
Yep. And we also have trouble accepting the good stuff.
You look great. Oh,
No, stop it. I don't.
I'm fat today.
I was actually listening to this.
How big are your arms really? Are those like 18 inches at this point in time?
Mine?
Yes.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
No.
I'm looking at your arms right now, and I'm
they
like,
huge?
those look huge.
They look pretty huge.
And I know that you want big arms.
I do
so.
want big arms, but no, they're not 18. Now I gotta measure
overshot.
them. Now I gotta. Yeah, I think you overshot a little bit. I need some big fucking arms for a chick, dude. And I'm not taking steroids.
Yeah.
But now I gotta measure them. I'm gonna ask August to measure them tomorrow.
I know.
I'm working on it. But I actually listened to this thing on YouTube the other day, and a woman was discussing how she's no longer going to not accept compliments.
Yeah.
She said, like, people will say to her in the gym, like, wow, you look great, etc. And rather than being like, oh, no, dismissing
Thank
it,
you.
like, so, exactly.
Thanks. I work really hard.
And I have started to do that.
Yep, me too.
Yeah. Like, both of us, we've had people who've come up to us, and I'm just like, thank you. I work really hard at it. And they're like, and it shows. And I'm like, I appreciate that. And that feels so much better, because I also think that if you're like, oh God, no, whatever, you're rejecting what the person is offering to you. And I don't think that's fair to them either.
Yeah.
Like, if it's really coming from a genuine place, and they're not attached to what it may or may not say about them, and they're like offering that up as inspiration, or they're inspired by you, etc. I don't want to take that away from them.
No.
That's rude.
Yeah. And with the negative feedback, it depends on what it is. If it's just to be hurtful and just to insult you without anything behind it, then just let that, you got to kind of let that stuff go. And I know that's probably pretty hard. If there's something to it that you need to actually reflect on, that's, don't let it hold space, but also just like you're accepting the compliment, also kind of, accept the criticism a little bit and say, okay, where could that be coming from? And where could I maybe be doing something that might make them have that perspective?
Agreed.
So.
I'm actually, examining that in my own marriage right now. Like, just, there are things that aren't so great that I need to reflect on and change, so that we can, live harmoniously, et cetera. And I think those things are important. And also, I will say one caveat to that is when we're talking about not holding on to insults, et cetera, I agree with that across the board. I also think we have to be discerning with who it's coming from.
Yeah.
If it comes from my husband, if it comes from you, if it comes from people who are close in our circle, that's something that's worth being examined. But if this is like some random comment on, on social media,
Most likely a bot.
Exactly.
Who cares?
I could give a shit less.
Yeah.
So that ain't getting held on to. So.
Yeah.
All right. Let's don't even cling onto your name, reputation, or identity. Ooh.
Okay.
This is a good one. Okay. We get very wrapped up in the image, what we think we represent, et cetera. One of the great things that I've learned from Michael as a Taoist, is we're everything and nothing at the same time. Yeah. And I think that's a huge part of Aparigraha, which is, and like you're talking about in your dating life, like, I'm not going to take this that seriously.
Yeah.
Like my whole name and reputation, identity are not wrapped up in this particular situation.
Yeah.
And also being, forthright and honest about all of that. We are everything and nothing at the same time. So,
and isn't it interesting that we come into life with an identity?
Yeah.
That again, someone, they out there, you know who you are, have decided that that's how they're going to get people. Like, we're going to give them an identity right from birth.
Yeah.
And then we're going to keep that identity with that birth certificate.
Yep. And that social security number.
And we're going to track that identity.
Yep.
Throughout their whole lives.
And what is the largest currency right now in the whole tech world? Identity.
Yeah.
So fascinating.
Be present rather than living in your regrets about the past or your dreams for the future. Yes.
Once again, presence.
Yep. Being present.
Yep. Not attaching to, oh my God, this thing that happened in the past. Regret, I've always kind of said this, and I know this may come off as harsh, but I think regret is a wasted emotion. Like,
just like worry.
Right. A wasted emotion. Like, what's done is done. And you cannot predict what's going to happen in the future. So just let it go, learn from it, and move forward with trying to improve. Not a big deal. Pay attention to your breath. If we hold on to the breath too long, its healing qualities turn toxic. That is so cool. Pranayama practices help with us not holding on to the breath.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are holding their breath most of the time.
I was teaching my yoga class yesterday, signature series, and I try to kind of joke sometimes and just see if I have an audience.
It's not that serious, people.
Man, every time they'd come out of standing posture, I just hear these deep breaths, like, oh, and I'm like, you guys, you gotta breathe in the posture, guys. Like,
oh, I know. I was
I'm
in the
hearing all
class. You're
these
like, breathe.
deep breaths coming out once we're done. Like, you've been holding it this whole time. Like, breathe.
Right. Well, and actually, from an Ayurvedic perspective, this is 100% true that things turn toxic. It's also no different than holding your bowels, holding your urine, holding back a sneeze. Like, your natural urges, and I'm not saying urges like desires, your natural physical, biological urges need to happen. Like, holding them back only causes sickness, dis-ease. That's why, again, not a fan of the GLP-1 because, we're going to hold back your desire for
digestion
and digestion. Like, what the fuck?
We're just going to slow that down.
I know.
I'm
not going to go down that road.
Work with the mantra. Om Gam.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to chant it in order to get it right.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so this one is a remover of obstacles.
The Ganesha chant.
Yeah, so it's an awesome one. I will play this actually before yoga sometimes too, just to, however people, get out of my way, so I don't get to yoga. Like, obstacles are clear. You made it. Yeah,
It's great to listen to while you're driving.
it is.
It is. My teacher, Devarshi, he gave me a little Ganesha statue probably about 8 years ago that I have in my car. And actually in India, you see a lot of those on the dash, where they're just
The
like,
taxi driver, Ganesha.
Ganesha's like, get out of the way. But no, it's a good one. It's a great mantra. And if you want to hear the best version of that mantra, listen to Deva Premal, her album, Mantras for Precarious Times.
Yeah.
It's the first one on that list. It's a great one. So remain in the seat of curiosity when confronted with difficult thoughts. This is one thing that we're doing constantly with
Isn't
AWP.
that interesting?
Yep. Is this thought real? What else is there? Isn't that interesting? If we approach life and specifically our thoughts from a curiosity and inquiry standpoint, things become a lot easier.
Yeah.
We don't hold on to, what does this say about my name, my reputation, my identity? Or, oh my God, this thing that happened in the past. Or, oh my God, is this a cycle that's going to repeat for the future? We start putting ourselves in a fear state rather than like, let me examine this and inquire as to why this is something that's reoccurring.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that it's happening now? All of that. So I love that. And that leads right to non-attachment, because then we are not attached to certain concepts and ideas and identity.
Yeah.
We're everything and nothing.
Mm-hmm. Clean your closet. Done.
And check. Clean your friggin' closet.
Stop hoarding.
It's actually
Clean your
so
closet.
great. Not only did I clean my closet this past weekend, but also our linen closet in the, and it was like, wow, I didn't know that this was in here. I was like, we do have an iron.
Wow.
Not that I'm
man.
necessarily going to
I have
use it.
not ironed a piece of clothing in a long time.
No. Well, I don't wear anything that needs to be ironed.
No.
So, yeah. I don't think they really, outside of like really fancy clothes, do they make clothes that need to be ironed
I went to
anymore?
a person's house just the other day, and it was like a weekly event. Got to get the iron out and iron all the
Really?
business.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like outside of fancy clothes, like
Yeah, they're in a
when you
different
have
world.
to go to an office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgive. Do whatever you need to do to make this happen, whether it is calling this person, writing a letter, and burning it. Forgiveness is huge. Forgiveness is huge. And I will say that on a personal note, I think I've done well with this, but also not so well. Being a Leo, well, I will say this. As a Leo, as you know, we cut things at the knees when it's like, okay, done. I will say my tribe, the Leos of the world out there, that we forgive, but we don't give access again. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, that'll be a good inquiry for me. If I'm not giving access again, does that mean that I've fully forgiven? Or not giving access is also, I'm forgiving the person, I'm forgiving myself, and I'm putting up a boundary.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. That is interesting.
What about you? Forgiveness, on the forgiveness tip.
I feel like I'm pretty good at this.
You are. You're so much better at it than I am. I am horrible.
Almost to a fault where I let people back in that probably shouldn't get access. But yeah, I'm pretty good at forgiveness.
You are.
Yeah.
Next
Hang
one.
out in nature.
This is so good.
Nature reminds us that change is inevitable. This is what I loved about Taoism too. Like, it is the way. Like, nothing in nature can be rushed. It happens in its own sweet time.
Agreed.
So getting out in nature and just noticing that and having that curiosity, having that question of, isn't this interesting? Watching the birds, watching bees, watching flowers, watching nature. Yep. It's just so important.
One of my favorite things is watching our kitties, like with the birds and the ducks and the squirrels. We got a couple of aggressive squirrels right now. They're literally coming into the house.
Like box
I-
cats.
well, no, like
Bring
to
it
the
on.
point where Harlequin is actually backing up. Like one of them is a little bit of a bully and like comes into the house and is like, give me those damn nuts. And Michael hand feeds them,
Oh.
you know, so then they eat the nut and they come back and they eat the nut and they come back. And like Harlequin's like, okay, you've had enough. And the squirrel's like, no, I haven't. And he's like, okay, you know, like, yeah. So it's interesting.
Sorry.
But watching animals is so great. Like just watching Bonsai this morning, how he just like sniffs the air. So cute.
Yeah.
Make a commitment to yourself to just try. Try the practice of non-grasping and see how you feel. What would it be like if I didn't try to attach or hoard or wrap myself up in this concept or identity, etc.? Like, what would that be like? It's actually pretty freeing.
Yeah. And then meditate on your ego. See if you can find the difference between the you and your ego.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.
Now, this is the ahamkara versus the atman, the ego self versus the soulful self. And we need both parts. So, but meditating on that is
And
a biggie.
meditation has so many forms, you guys.
Yeah.
Like walking meditations, yoga is a form of meditation, sitting is a form of meditation. Don't feel like it has to be in a quiet room, seated nice and tall, with my eyes closed, thinking of nothing.
Yeah.
It's just not it's not realistic.
Chanting.
Yeah.
It's my favorite form of meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a very cool list. So,
Yeah.
folks, if you are looking at trying to pull back from attachment in any aspect of your life, on any of the Koshik levels, these are some great ideas to sling into you so that you can start to inquire. Again, use your whole life as an inquiry. Like, isn't this interesting? Why is this so? I don't think we, definitely growing up as a child in the school system, the whole idea of inquiry was not really supported. So
Get the right answer.
right, just get the right answer, or this is how
Don't
you
ask
do
questions.
it. Right. Yeah, and look how far that's gotten us. So in your free time as an adult, like, guess what? You can absolutely inquire. So ask those questions and start to think about why it is that you're attached to certain things, or you feel like you're hoarding certain things, even ideas, and may have a little bit of greed that's associated with that. So hope you enjoyed that. Truth bomb.
All right.
Let's do it, girl.
It's a bit of a long one.
This is a long one, but I like it.
Yeah, I really liked this. Okay, so the weaker you are, the more you demand your rights. You need to recognize that no one can take away your rights. They're yours. The courageous will give away their rights. The degree to which you give away your rights indicates your freedom, your strength. The stronger you are, the more you give away your rights. Let it go. Possessions take up space and energy in your head as well as in your home. So try this. Every time you buy something new, let go of something old. Give it away or toss it out. By letting go of things from the past, you can live more fully in the present.
So good.
Yeah.
With that, my shoe problem, I have given away equal amounts.
Yes.
So I'm just teasing. Now, this is a good one. I enjoy this. And I love that the more you give away, the stronger you are.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed that in my life. Like, I'm just like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm in that space now. Don't care. Like, take it. So, anything else?
No, that was it.
This was loaded.
I know.
This was
All
a good one.
stuff. Mhm.
All right, friends. Well, as always, please let us know in the comments if you have any questions, if you have any feedback, and please do hit subscribe on our YouTube channel
And share.
Share. 100%. Whether you listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or on YouTube, please do share and subscribe. We so appreciate it. We're getting close to 500, and that's an important goal for us. Do check out our cleanse if you are local. do check out our GLP-1 program and all the things. And if you have any questions, please do email us at info@thewomanwarrioracademy.com. We're on the socials. You can also DM us there as well. We are so happy you joined us today. Anything else? We're good?
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
I love that. Thanks for showing up. We love you so much. We appreciate you. And until next time, Jai Bhagwan. And as always, may your soul be victorious.
Is life hard? Yeah, it's really fucking hard. And you can also have the life it is that you want. You just got to work for it.